Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Show Me Your Knits. So this is probably going to be a pretty short video because I don't have a whole lot of new stuff from last week's video, but I did want to show you the new whip that I started and talk about another whip that I had that I think I'm going to frog. So my name is Dawn and this is my crafty channel, Show Me Your Knits. So let's get started with my whips. I'm still working on the baby blanket set, and I have decided to cast on a new pair of socks. So I cast on the Winter in the Big Woods socks from the Yarnberry, and I have just cast on one cuff, and that's all I've gotten casted on. But that's all the whips that I have that I'm working on currently, is that baby blanket set that I showed you, and then those socks. So the other socks that I was working on, my Sweetheart socks, I think I'm gonna frog these because I told you I had to figure out where I was in the pattern, and I thought, you know what, I don't want to mess with all of that. My brain was just not in a space where I wanted to do that. So I turned the heel and did the gusset, and I thought, well, you know what, I'll just take off and I'll just finish knitting, and I'll just leave the cuff part up here to be the part that has the pretty, and I'll just knit the rest in stockinette. But I think I'm going to just frog the whole sock, because you can see here there's holes, and that's because I messed the pattern up. I should have, when I got to here, I'd have to rip all the way back to here in the pattern. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to frog back to the cuff, and next year maybe start the Sweetheart socks, or maybe I'll just do a plain sock, because it's gonna be all puckery right here, and it's just, it doesn't look right. You can see on the side, I just don't like the way that it looks. I thought I could just get by with just going stockinette and just finishing them, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I'm either going to rip it back to the cuff and restart the Sweetheart pattern all the way down the sock and only work on that till I get it done, or I'm going to frog the whole thing and well, back to the cuff, and just do plain stockinette all the way around. So finished objects, I don't have any knitting or crocheted finished objects, but I did make a couple of project bags. So for my St. Patrick's Day socks, my Winter in the Big Woods socks, I'm using these as my St. Patrick's Day socks. So I made this little bag for it to go in. I put the little there, and a little pocket. And so I've just been keeping these in here so I can take them with me when I go to work on those, and they just fit in there. And so then I made another sock, a little bag for my socks, and I made this little Peter Rabbit bag to go with 3 by the Sea. Had a mystery sock set a little bit back, and it was called, let's see, what is it called? It was called Bunny in the Garden, but it was a Peter Rabbit themed sock set. So I caked this up, and it's so cute, and it's very springy, and it matches this bag perfect. So I made this little mystery sock set that I got from 3 by the Sea, a little project bag, and I've tucked it in there because that'll probably be the next socks I cast on. I have my Easter socks that I set to the side, I talked about last video, and I have them up here. And I'll be working on these too because they're a little further along, and this is also in a bag that I made. So don't come at me for my sewing skills because they're not that great, but I still have my Easter socks. I'm working on those. But I've kind of set them off till April. I'm going to get my St. Patrick's Day socks done, and then I'm going to, after I finish my St. Patrick's Day socks, I will probably start on my Easter socks, and then on my Bunny in the Garden socks. But I also have another sock set that I pulled that I bought last year, and this is Tulip Festival by 3 by the Sea, and I want to do these as well, probably after Easter. This will be my after Easter cast on because it's still very springy and it's not really holiday specific. So this will probably be my second next cast on. And so, but speaking of yarn, that'll move us right into my acquisitions. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty short video. We've talked about all my whips, all my finished objects, and my future projects. So now I'll show you my acquisitions. I ordered this Winter Dreams from Stitching with Yarn, and this is a DK weight. I'm kind of on a DK sock knitting kick right now. I think it's because it goes faster. And then I got these two minis to be the heels, toes, and cuffs on that. And then I ordered, this was the mystery set from 3 by the Sea, the last one. It was a Sound of Music mystery set. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, look away. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's called Music in the Mountains, and it's gorgeous. So I'm not sure when I'll get this casted on, but it's so pretty. So yeah, that's pretty much all we've been doing, watching the Olympics. We did have baby goats born, and so on the homesteading channel I put out a video about our one new baby goat, and then the video that I'm putting out this week has more baby animals in it. So if you're interested in all the baby animals, go check out our Flippin' Farmsteads video on Thursday sometime. But yeah, that's really kind of all I have. I just wanted to jump on here and put out another episode for y'all. In case you're wondering what I was up to, knitting socks. That's about it. I'm going to work on the baby blanket some. She is due at the end of April, so I'm going to have to get on that. But for my crochet project, that's what I'm doing. I've been making, or wanting to make, a couple of washcloths here and there. So I got some scrubby yarn at Hobby Lobby and some cotton yarn to start some washcloths, but I haven't started them yet because I haven't picked out the pattern. So if you have a really good washcloth pattern, put it down below. I normally make Grandma's Favorite, and that's knitted, but I want to make some crochet ones. So yeah, if you have any really good washcloth patterns, put them, send me a PM on Facebook, or leave a link down below in the comments and let me know. And so that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all are having happy crafting times at your house, and I will see you on the next episode. Have a blessed day.